lost me to Bermuda. It's time for the Mad Merlin's unboxing of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium, Delivery 10 by Hachette Partworks and Games Workshop. Hello and welcome back to another Mad Merlin's video. So today I've got my next delivery of the Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Partworks by Hachette. So this is delivery 10, we've hit double digits with delivery, and this covers issues 35, 36, 37 and 38. So let's grab this bag, tip it up and see what we got. So I'm actually going to be getting a double delivery this month as I ordered these ahead to catch myself up, and then my delivery for 39, 40, 41 and 42 has been shipped about a few days after this. So 35, we see the Tech Priest engines here for our Adeptus Mechanicus. Issue 36, we've got our first of 3 Tombblades. 37, we've got a wonderful set of pipes. I bought an extra set of this because I have a plan to use some of it for a training project. I want to make sure I got full sets I can use for my games of Imperium. The paint guide's a little lackluster. I might put a few little personal tweaks on it because I would like to have seen if they'd done the whole of the pipes, the flatter parts of the pipes, red. At the moment they've just picked out the smaller pipes on the... So see how we can do something like that. And issue 38, not only do we get 2 paints, a texture spreader, but we get our next battle mat, which is everything from issues 41 onwards. So let's have a look at those individual issues. Okay, we'll start with issue 35. So we got a single model, complete with a 32mm base, and we'll have a quick look up close here. This is a lovely little model, loads of detail, and loads of character. I've already got a bonus version of this guy, as I wanted to add him to my Krieg army, so he's going to be my engineer assistant for all my tanks and stuff that I'm planning on getting. Lovely little kit to build, and the paint guide does a pretty good job of catching all that detail. So inside issue 35 we build and paint the engines here, learn about the Age of Darkness, and we get new faction rules for the Mechanicum. Oh, and as I see, quality controls up to the usual standards. Near enough every issue I get 1 magazine that's fallen to pieces, every delivery, sorry. So we got our Tech Priest engines here, data sheet, more information on the different Forge worlds, the Age of Darkness, how the Horus Heresy splits the Imperium in 2, and the long war against Chaos. Build our Tech Priest, paint our Tech Priest. So they did a really good paint scheme for this guy, I think. Nice little gallery of them will finish there. So we've got the Doctrina Imperatives rules, the Engine Seers rules, core rules of the shooting phase, and Scout Mission 12, Raise the Monolith. So, next up 36, the first of our Tombblades. So, Tombblades aren't at the top of my favourite Necron units. I really don't like the designs of the blade of the vehicle. I much prefer for a fast shooter unit to have a unit of destroyers. So we do have ourselves a flying stand, which I believe is 32mm. Yes, 32mm flying stand, and a choice of low or high pegs. And then we've got our Tombblade itself, so let's have a look here at the detail. I'll just zoom in a bit, I think, so we can focus better. So we've got the actual body of the bike itself, which is a nice crescent shape, which is very synonymous with a lot of the Necron vehicles. We've got the particle beamer, the Tesla cannon, and the Gauss blasters. We've got the rider made up of a few components. We've got the arms, the back and the front of the torso, his legs, hands on the controls, and his head. Then we've got the engine pieces and all the different armor panels that go around the model. I've never had these before for Necron Army, so it'll be quite something different for me to actually build. There. Let's have a look inside 36. Zoom up again. So we got Necron flyers, building and painting a Tombblade, and battles for an Imperial Forge. Nice. So we've got our battle record for our Tombblades, which are a fast attack choice, including all the optional war gear they can take. So we've got all the different flyers, including the Tombblades, the Doom Scythes, and the Night Scythes. We got a Eldar versus Dark Eldar short story called Vengeful Hunters. Then we have our build guide for our Tombblade. You see how he goes together. There's loads of different optional war gear pieces, and it shows to attach them all basically. And then for those of you painting the Zarak dynasty, this is how you paint our Tombblade. We are now getting quite a good amount of the paints we need to finish our models, so there's pretty much not a lot that's missing in detail wise. We've just got the glowing green effects to come in a future issue, and of course any basing material. We also get the rules for our Tombblades, more on the shooting phase for the core rules. So it's nice that they're giving us all the pages sort of in a row, in one after the other. How to make hit rolls for shooting and wounding, allocating attacks, making a saving throws, and of course the damage after the failed save. Then we got Capture the Forge mission for issues battle report. So moving on to 37, we've got ourselves a set of pipes for our model. Nice little pipes. These are the older ones with the separate stands. The newer ones that come in Command Edition have the stands built into them. So here we go. But I still do like these pipes. They're quite nice. And as the Games Workshop Warhammer TV team showed, these pipes are exactly the same length as some of the support platform supports, so you could easily make up your own piece of terrain by attaching these in places instead of having the actual leg supports that come with the platforms. So we've got nice detail, got the control console there, the plasma coil sockets with the plasma coil batteries here. It's nice that these actually are removable. I've painted up quite a few of these. You get a nice glowing effect on the plasma area, and you can remove them for like a thematic type of game. On the underside, we've just got the insides, which aren't really seen. One good thing is you can mix and match these pipes with each other. They have some of them have slightly different fittings, so they will only go to certain pipes, but most of them have one down, one up sort of connections on the ends. So that means they can go together in a variety of different ways. On this pipe and these pipes, we've got one side longer than the other on one side, and one side longer than the other on the other. And we've even got one here where it's two short ends. So I'm sure we can make some nice combinations by mixing and matching components. Just make sure you do plenty of dry fits before you go in with your glue. So we've got a fold out. So this is basically a cap recap of all the Battle of Cyphos at the moment, what we are playing through on our different missions for the Scout Pack. So we've got a map of the moon and all the different battle zones, and each one is shown in a little more detail just there. We've also got the Necrons, the Zarek Dynasty, and on the back we've got the Forces of the Machine God. Very nice. Inside issue 37 we learn about the Tau, we build and paint our terrain, and we've already looked at the Foldout. So we got, as usual, a battle record for our plasma conduits. So, name them, where the destination that the power is being sent to, their binary designation. So I'll do my usual rolling a dice, odds are ones, evens are zeros, and fill out as best I can. So we've got an inquisitorial report on the Tau Empire, more Forge World with my favourite, Metallica. And probably my second favourite, I do like that orange and bone, the Riser Forge World. And how to build our plasma conduits. So you got your feet here, which you need to line up to make sure your pipes sit straight on your battlefield. Don't glue in the plasma batteries. Make sure you clip and clean up your mold lines as usual. Like I said, dry fit all the different components, and you will find you might be able to make some different combinations. We've got a small pipe which can be put onto any of the extending directional points on the pipes. We've got a curving pipe which again can be put anywhere you fancy. Just attaches to any of the ends or even any of these offshoots. We've got a damaged bit of pipe which would be pretty cool, can be used pretty much anywhere you want. I've actually put one of those on the Mechanicum ruins that I've got. So it shows where the pipe used to go into the building and it blew up, which is quite nice. And we've got a downward pipe as well. So there we go. That shows you how they want you to build them. Like I said, you can easily build these in any sort of combination you want. I'm certainly going to be having quite a bit of fun trying to make out some nice different networks. I've already got 2 sets of these pipes, so I'm not exactly short on pipes. I will say though, the paint guide for these guys are a little bit more in depth than the Conquest ones. The Conquest ones was literally paint silver, wash black, paint gold, wash brown, dry brush both, and that was about it. There wasn't much other details. This one's got some really nice extra details. We're picking out certain sections of Moonlord brass. We're painting the power canisters in corn red. And picking out other smaller pipes, ribbed pipes in Retributor armor, the damaged coils in Retributor armor. And even picking out the batteries in red's quite nice. So that's our finished pipes. They look really good. Definitely standing out a bit better than the Conquest ones. So we have core rules about saving and mortal wounds, etc. And a nice picture of the Command Edition contents. Then we go into the rules of the charge phase and cracking the Aegis. So we got another mission with our now complete battlefield. Okay, final issue for this delivery is issue 38. So this is our paint issue for the delivery. And we are finally getting the all-important basing paint, Astro Granite. So this is pretty much the 40k basing paint. It's a nice grey, gritty paint. And I don't have anything at hand to show you what to do. Hang on a sec. I have one of my Necrons from my Get Started videos. So this is just Astro Granite with a wash of Agrex Earthshade and a dry brush of Dawnstone. Yeah, rather nice urban sort of base. And we get Euro Yellow, Probably my second favourite of the yellows. I am slowly starting to like Flash Gets Yellow as my favourite yellow. I get a nice, got a nice technique going for my Imperial Fists that uses Flash Gits. But Uriel Yellow is a good one. Can't wait to see how they use it in the paint guide. And our final bonus piece, we get ourselves a medium texture tool. It's nice to actually have a spare one of these. I threw out my Conquest one, and I'm currently using my Mortal Realms one. I might use this one specifically for my Get Started series, so I've got one downstairs all the time in my filming room. So we will come to this in a minute, because I need to go super high for this. So let's take a look through our issue 38. So we learn about the Spacewalls, different Necron dynasties, and we got the rules for fighting and charging. So we got our defeat and redemption data sheets for our Mechanicus. So any injuries our characters have taken and how they can redeem themselves. And we got our tables here for all the different the characters, the legions, the outcasts, and the canoptic constructs. So depending, I mean, this must be depending on what actually did the damage to them. Depends on how severe the actual injury and redemption roll will be. So that's all the Necron units there. We've got the same thing for our Ultramarines, so our 3 characters so far, the Captain, the Librarian, and the Lieutenant. And again, we've got some different tables on the back here. So we've got command styles for our Ultramarines. So you can either choose Inspirational or Duelist, and you roll on the table and see what you get. And then record them on the previous page. So that's pretty cool. And then our Spacewalls datasheet, just learning about the Spacewalls. That's a nice piece of artwork. Don't often see Spacewolf jump units. It's nice to see the Gravis and Scepters there in the Spacewolf colours. Quite nice. It's got the, information about the Great Wolf, Logan Grimnard, the Curse of the Wolfen. Spoilers, they turn into werewolves. We've got the Era of Superstition, so basically more and more about Xenos and heretics, etc. So the rise of the Sororitas and how they were formed, and the first of the Imperial Saints. And then the Zealous Crusades of the Black Templars in the Age of Redemption. Next we've got the Mefric Dynasty, who are really nice colour scheme. They are a camo green with an orange energy. That's really nice contrasting colour scheme. I like that. We've got the Nilak Dynasty and the Nefrak Dynasty. So Nefrak is pretty much the Zarak, but it's more all the brass. There's no other really any other colours in between them. Nilak Dynasty is gold and turquoise, but basically they are the same as the Saltek Dynasty. So it's nice we're getting small little blurbs like this for all of them. Okay, so we got how to paint. So how to use our texture paint. Tells you about applying it, spreading it fairly thin. Don't use too much, otherwise it will clump up. So correct application will give you a nice gritty surface. It won't look too lumpy. And then when dry, you've got some nice textures there for picking up the dry brushing. Oh, really? Okay, so they give us Uriel Yellow, but they don't show us how to use Uriel Yellow. It just shows us how to base. So painting around the models, being careful with your texture spreader, and if you get any anywhere, pick up with a clean brush. And then you give it a wash and non oil, and that's it for the moment. So very weird we don't use Uriel Yellow despite the fact they give it to us. So possibly the next few issues, I'll have to look. I have already received the next few issues because I pre-ordered them through Forbidden Planet, so I've got them as extras. But I won't be building them at the moment. But I'll have a look through the paint guides anyway and see where Uriel Yellow gets used. So rules, we've got the command protocols for the Necrons. So we've finally got rules for our command protocols. So these are basically rules that, much like the Mechanicum rules we got in the previous issue, it basically gives you a buff and a debuff once each, for one turn for each, throughout the game. Each one can be used once, much like the canticles, you choose which one you use and when you write down to remind yourself. So we've got charging over terrain, flying when charging. The Overwatch rules. Overwatch used to always be a free sort of thing, but now you have to spend a command point, I believe, in order to activate the Overwatch stratagem, etc. Can only ever hit you on a 6, but some rules give you a bonus to make it a 5. Then we've got rules about the fight phase. Fighting, piling in, making attacks, the amount of attacks each person gets. Then we have running the gauntlet, so another mission for our scout pack. So that's a nice, interesting deployment. And we get the first look at our next set of issues. So, like I said, I've already got issues 38, 39, 40, no, not 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42. So I've already seen this twice. But it's nice that we are starting to get our Sisters of Battle. So we can see that we're getting the full set of Sisters of Battle within the next 20 issues. So we get our Canoness, 10 Sisters of Battle, Pentine Engine, 5 Seraphim, 3 Arcoflagellants, Repentia and Repentia Mistress. We're getting 2 more Ruins. We're getting another set of Pipes. We are getting the Outriders for our Space Marines. So it's nice to see it's not going to be just the Sisters. But the Necrons is where this, I think, actually, no, I'm not going to say it's where this next set of issues wins, because it wins with the Sisters. But we get some really nice Necron stuff. We get the Royal Court, which is a £60–80 set. So you can expect this issue to be one of the ones that sells. The Scorpec Lord, I definitely wouldn't mind picking up a second of, because I painted him when Indomitus first came out, but I have since sold him. I'd like to get one for each of my 2 Necron armies. So one for my Saltec and one for my Novok. We get the Chronomancer, the Plasmancer, the Crypto Thralls, which can be used with any Crypt deck as bodyguards. We get our Canoptic Race, Canoptic Reanimator, which would be perfect for boosting our Necron Warrior units. And we get the amazing, monstrous Triarch Stalker, a model I've loved, but I have never actually got. I can't wait to get that one. Hopefully it'll be 2 issues, but it's 3 frames, so I'm probably expecting 3 issues for that. But either way, we are going to be seeing the Sisters of Battle and Necrons coming soon, and we have the Assault on Electia. So, as we can see, our next issue is 2 Cataphren Destroyers. So we got our second one and our third one. So we got the Grav Cannon on 39, the Plasma Cannon on 40, then we're getting the Chronomancer and the Canoness. So we're getting into our Sisters. Right, I'll just go super vertical and show you off the new battle maps. So here we have our standard battle side. This one will connect together with our other previous mats. And here we have our campaign side. So we got our sets of pipes, our ruins. So luckily we already have all this terrain, so we can go straight in with a full set of terrain on this battlefield. It's a little bit different to our previous one. We do have some nice craters, so I wonder if they'll give us rules on if your models are in the craters, they can get extra cover, etc. Rather nice ramshackled Imperial district. Again, Necrons sort of coming through the surface. And at the top here we got an access hatch to like an underground facility. So, rather nice little battle map. Can't wait to see how our battles evolve. And I believe, if I remember rightly from reading the next 4, we are going to start using 2 mats to a battle. So I think the final battle for our scout pack is going to be everything so far. We've got 2 mats and a load of terrain. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be a really big battle report. Might have to make it a 2-parter. Right, back down for a final thoughts. There we go. Everything's in shot. This is probably one of the biggest overviews I've had to do. I know we had a pretty big delivery last time with all those different ruins, but this one is absolutely jam-packed. We get some nice new models for our Adeptus Mechanicus and for our Necrons. We get yet more terrain, and we get 2 paints, one we get shown how to use, and one that I'm not too sure yet. So it's really interesting. I think we'll be using this on a lot of lights and sensors, etc. So areas we've painted Corax white so far, we will probably be putting yellow over it. I do suggest for pretty much anything that they are going to teach us how to paint yellow, to put white down first, then the yellow. It really helps bring the yellow out a lot more. That's my little cheat method for yellow effects. Right, okay, final thoughts. I went off a little bit on a tangent. So, final thoughts, I think we've got a great delivery here. So we get our third out of 4 battle mats that we're supposed to be getting. Can't wait to have them all together and have one really big table. That would be quite nice. I need to get some more MDF boards and make up yet more battle tables for me to play games on. Great delivery. So we get our Tech Priest engines here for our Adeptus Mechanicus. Nice little character model. We get our first of 3 Tombblades. So we won't be seeing the other ones yet. They'll be probably coming in later issues, most likely in the final 20 issues, most likely, because there's no what's coming in the next 20. The Sisters of Battle on the Necron side on that. There's no more Tombblades there. So I reckon it'll just be the one of these for the moment. We do get our pipes for our terrain selections. That's quite nice. The texture spreader and the paints. So all in all, good paint. A good delivery. Little weak, I think, on the paint guide side. I mean, giving us a paint and not showing us how to use it is a little odd. Usually with Mortal Realms and with Conquest, all the paints they gave us, they showed us how to use in that issue, or at least in that same delivery. This one is a really odd one, so But Astro Granite is definitely worth getting. I'm about to actually look up how to make my own sort of Astro Granite paint, because it gets expensive when you have to buy these. I don't mind getting it in the magazine, but buying them separate is a bit of a cost, and if I can cut the cost down a little bit, I'll be glad to do so. Yeah, that is pretty much everything for this video. I would like to thank you, of course, for watching. So be sure, if you want to, leave your likes, comments down below. Subscribe if you don't already do so. And of course, there's all my affiliate links and my social medias, buy me coffee links, all in the description down below. So I will see you next time then for some more mad content. Goodbye.